Hey, this is Junior from Junior Speed Shop again. I want to do a little video here on this 350 and the plans we got coming up for it. But before I do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Help get me out there, get me some views. Trying to make a go of this, see what happens. If you like the content, you like the videos, help me out. But without further ado, let's talk about this small block. This is the original engine that came out of me and my wife's Z28. I did a video here about a week or so ago showing the cam that came out of this engine. It wiped the intake lobe off on number one. But the rest of the engine looks good. Actually, for the age of the engine, you know, being almost 40 years old, you know, prime candidate for some horsepower. Because God knows this thing from the factory probably didn't have any, maybe 200, if that, probably less, being from 81. It's a 207 casting. There you can see the 207 on the side, and I'll show you the actual casting number here in a bit. This block could have came in Z28s, Trans Ams, base Camaros, and even Vets from decoding the casting number. The guy I got helping me do the body work on the Camaro isn't charging me anything to do it, so I figured I'd give him this short block. He's looking at building a car of his own, and I figured this would be a good enough foundation to get him started. The car's only showing, you know, me and my wife's Z28's only showing 90,000 miles on the odometer. And after tearing this thing apart and pulling the heads, I believe it. And I will show you, if I can flip it over here with one hand, which is going to be kind of tough, but bear with me. As soon as I find another cylinder to get a hold of. Let me find a light. Show you the cylinders in this thing. Big plans for this engine. My buddy that's going to be building it is not a Chevy guy, so this is new to him. He's actually a Ford guy, but he understands the power potential and the affordability of a small block Chevy as compared to Ford or Mopar. So, you know, he gladly took this. Now, you know, girls and boys, this is what happens. All that sludge comes from poor maintenance. Horrible. The other 350 I got sitting over there is the same way, and that came out of a 94 Silverado. Poor maintenance or shitty oil, one of the two. But that's horrible. Anyway, let me wipe off the cylinder here. You can see down in there, she's still showing hone marks from the factory hone job. And there ain't even a ridge at the top of any of the cylinders. No witness mark, no nothing. This thing is prime. She's just begging for some high performance goodies. his plan for this engine, and I'm gonna help him throughout, and I'm gonna see if he won't mind doing a series on this, engine build series, once we start getting going here. He's looking to make on motor, all naturally aspirated for now. I say again, for now. He's looking to make 500 horse on just motor. Very, 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 very doable with the setup that we're planning for this. It will get sent to the machine shop here once we get it the rest of the way tore down. It's going to get bored 30 thousandths. We're hoping that it doesn't need to be decked. Again, we're planning for the future here. We're hoping that it doesn't need to be decked. It's going to get bored 30 thousandths. Going to get clearanced for a stroker crank. And this thing's going to be, you know, a 383. And everybody's like, oh yeah, everybody and their brother's got a 383. You know what? He wants power. That's an easy way to get it and a very, very inexpensive way to get it. Complete rotating assembly on Summit Racing for small block Chevy with forged crank, forged pistons, and H-beam rods is, and all the bearings and everything else that come with it, is 1,900 bucks. Can't beat it. That's dirt cheap. Top end, we're going with aluminum heads instead of the factory 23-degree valve angle style. We're going with a 15-degree angle with 64cc chambers. Now he wants to keep the compression ratio down around 9:1. So we're not going to be putting flat tops in this. The kit we're looking at on Summit has dished pistons with 2 valve reliefs, which will keep the compression down to about 9.2 to 1. That's about the best we can do, hoping that we don't need to deck. If we need to deck it, then we're gonna have to look at different cylinder heads with bigger chambers. Something, because in the future, ta-da, he wants turbo. He's a big turbo guy. Like I said, he's a Ford guy. Right now, he's driving around in all but brand new turboed Focus that he has done an ass load of work to. I'm not a 4-cylinder guy, I'm not a Ford guy, but I respect people that turn their own wrenches and do their own thing, and it's still part of the car culture. He's looking to step up to the big leagues now, though. He wants V8 power, he wants turbo. We're gonna help him out. Like I said, he didn't pay me anything for this engine. She's still, let me put the pin back in the stand here. Still turns over free. Can't ask for more. You know, there's people that are selling these the way that looks right now on the internet for $200-300 bucks, and I just gave him the short block. That's, you know, everything he's done to this for me, you know, because I don't have the smarts or the skill or anything like that when it comes to auto body. This is his thank you. My knowledge of 350s and small block Chevys just in general, this thing's going to be one badass little mouse motor. But be on the lookout for the next video. Like I said, like and subscribe. Till then, stay fast.